All right, what's up, everybody? This is Fidel of Talking Again podcast. I just finished recording right now with Jason Kim, the creator of SleepersAllDay. Man, was that a good podcast, man! I felt like I learned a lot. It's crazy. I learned a lot about him. I've known him for a few years now, but I just feel like there's a lot of things that, I mean, for example, we talked about his page. You know, let's just say that he created this page. It blew up. And you're talking about thousands and thousands of followers. And then all of a sudden, one night you wake up and it's gone. God, I can't imagine the feeling that this guy was going through. But he did talk about it. So you guys definitely want to check this one out. So, I mean, it was awesome. I loved it. Jason Kim, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. And we are also on audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Music, all those other, major platforms. You guys could check it out. Make sure you guys subscribe. Let them know about the show so that everyone else could follow. So check it out. Talking Again podcast. Thank you. Mostly me. She still looks really good. And then we're gonna go to Vegas. So I'm gonna trim down.
Hell yeah! So you gotta get the Asian genes, like Asian people.
Man, how do you get
Asians don't gain weight. Like it's the genetics. We drink hot water. We drink tea. Like I don't know. People that know me, you probably don't know me like that. Like I can probably out eat anybody. Like
you eat that much?
I eat a lot. Like people that know me, I eat a lot.
I really do have to watch what I eat. I can't just eat anything. No, dude, that shit goes right to my hips. No, but it's you guys. You do have good genes. I mean, I've seen some heavy set Asian fellas, right?
Right.
But yeah, like for the most part, it's like, where But is that the trick? The hot water.
The hot water, that's. I would say tea. I think tea's been helping me for a few years. Yeah. Rice. It's like rice and soup. That's all we really eat. I mean,
damn.
That's all we eat.
Well, the hot water, do you drink it before or after food?
I think I like to enjoy it like while I eat because I don't know, it just helps with digestion. When you're eating something heavy and you feel like all that shit's stuck in your throat, like the hot water just like gets it down. And like I like to drink my water like boiling hot. Like it's crazy. Like
it's coffee.
It's like even hotter. Like if my water isn't like boiling, say with my soup, like I don't even want it. And every time we go out to eat with my girlfriend, my wife, you should say, but like if she sees me like gobbling something down and the soup is like boiling and I'm always done before them, and by the time I'm done they're like barely on, not even halfway done. So it's the Asian thing.
And that's the thing with like the hot soups, because my mom, for whatever reason, on a hot day always invites me over for caldo, a hot caldo, right?
Caldo, yeah.
And I'm like, man, it's 100, almost 100 degrees. You want me to caldo? But she does it. She likes it. I just can't do it, man. I gotta throw a couple ice cubes in there.
Hey, that's when it tastes best, though.
But yeah,
get it while it's fresh.
Jeez, man, I guess, dude, I gotta start doing the hot water.
Yep.
You guys, my guest today is Jason Kim. He's the owner of SleepersAllDay. So welcome.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for having me. It's been a mission to get here, but mission has been accomplished, and
finally
we're here, 2022.
Yeah, I thought you were avoiding me for a while. I was like, man, this guy's big timing me. Let me get him before he gets big, and then he got big, and then I'm like, because I wanted to talk to you when you were just doing the videos. The Jason Kim videos.
That was way back then. This is like 6 years ago. Nah, man, I respect it, and like the fact that you're doing this, dog, you deserve a lot more credit, because to have this set up here and getting people on here is not easy. There's people that'll cancel on you. There's people that are very flaky. Yeah. And when I say I'm gonna do something, usually means I'm gonna do my best to do it. Yeah. And there we are.
Yeah. Well, we did. I mean, I guess we could blame like a lot of things, like pandemic, timing. Obviously, we're too busy guys. I mean, you're always doing you're doing a lot. With SleepersAllDay. You guys haven't checked it out. Check it out. You're definitely busy. We both got family, man. We're married with kids, so it's obviously busy, and it's hard to make time sometimes.
Time is such a underrated thing. It's crazy because like, time you don't get back. Like I don't, you can say that all you want, but like if you really think about it, like money can always be made. You know, time, you can't make time. I mean, you could pay for time if you got the money, but
I mean, I pay for time every time I drive those toll roads,
Yeah, like, there you go. Yeah.
And
it'll get you,
people say, why would you pay for that? But dude, you cannot, I mean,
accumulate
you're saving 45 minutes.
Yeah, accumulate all the minutes over the days. Yeah. It's going to turn into hours. It's going to turn into days, weeks, months. It goes a long way.
Now, it really is fucked up when people are spending or, buying their time, but then spending the time that they bought on their phone or slacking off, doing some bullshit.
Yeah.
Then you're kind of like, all right,
Yeah, that's true.
Be productive, I guess, right?
That's very true.
I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but.
Yeah, no, it's the phone though, man. It's such a crazy tool now that we use it every day. And, it's something that like you basically it's part of your identity. Like without it, and I don't know how you guys feel. Like without your phone, you're like, oh shit, I forgot my wallet keys.
Oh yeah.
It's like all the time.
Let me share something with you. I just heard one of the podcasters that I listen to, his name's Jose Ramos. He's from Ranting with Ramos. The guy's real, right? Legit, one of those real guys, 100%, right? The guy was saying that every time he leaves his house, he does a Macarena.
The dance?
That's the dance. You know how so he checks his head to see if he's got his hat on.
Oh,
he
no.
checks for his wallet. He checks for his cell phone. So it's a Macarena.
Every
Macarena dance every time right before he leaves the house. And I'm like, fuck, that's what I do.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Don't realize it.
That's
but
funny.
Always check to see if you have your keys.
It's crazy how it's became our identity, though. Yeah. It's like you've got, everything on there. Phone numbers, like bank accounts, like pictures, like literally everything. Is there.
Yeah.
Valuable.
How many phone numbers do you think you remember?
Oh, I'm good with memory. So,
good? Okay.
Yeah, I know my girls. I know both my parents. I know my sisters. Probably the 3 closest friends to me.
Yeah.
And my work number.
Yeah, I think you already beat me. So.
Okay.
I know my wife's and my mom's and.
Damn, you got to get on it, dog.
That's about it, I think.
You got to get more numbers memorized.
I don't even have my son's number memorized, dude. Dang, that's bad. I got to memorize his number. Oh man, but yeah, you're right. We have our phone is everything, man. We have everything on our phone. We're so dependable on to our phones. One of the things though, that's like your job now.
Yeah,
like
that's what I do daily.
We're like just talking about how often it goes off. Just right now, it went off like 4 times.
Yeah, so this is actually a really sad thing, but my phone's probably going off like every 5 seconds. It's crazy. And actually, just recently, I shut off my notifications for certain filters on Instagram, but it's basically a drug. Like every time you feel something, you're like, oh, let me check what it is. Because the only reason why I check is because if someone big comments or like someone that's well known in the league, like I want to get back to them and see what they said. Like to me, that's a big deal because I'm able to communicate with guys I look up to, and even though it's simple like emoji, I'm like, oh hell yeah, this guy has commented. But you just got to be quick. You might get a real special like DM from an athlete that may want to collab with you, or in your case, like, all right, someone wants to come on your show and he's big time, you want to reply like right away. Every wasted minute, because a lot of these bigger athletes, like they'll check their phone for every few minutes, but like if I were to reply or shoot a DM like an hour later, the chance of them checking that notification is slim, because imagine how many notifications they get between that hour, so you want to kind of get back to them right away. But
it's not, and it's also so fresh in their mind when they send something out, they're expecting something right away in the next, because we're in that short attention span right now.
For
and
sure.
If you don't, exactly. If you wait an hour or a day or two, forget about
that
it.
engagement is huge, because there's been so many athletes that I've engaged like within that 30 seconds, and then they'll hit that follow like right away.
Oh yeah.
Knowing that like, all right, cool, this page is legit. These people will reply back to me, and as long as I don't fucking put up some weird shit, they're not gonna unfollow me. But it's been a blessing, because I enjoy what I do. There's no good in anything. Or, I'm sorry, there's no perfect world, there's no perfect story, but there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bads that people don't see. But it's been fun. Like it's been real fun. I think a lot of people, we've been talking about what you're doing, you're posting, your phone lighting up. Every time his eye twinkles is because his I'm looking over there. Yeah, but I'm not trying to look over there.
But no, really, like we're talking about all this that you're doing, but we haven't really explained what you do, what Sleepers All Day is all about.
Yeah, man. So Sleepers, I like to say it's a platform now. I'll find, slept on athletes, slept on players. It could be slept on news. It could be breaking news. It
Yeah.
could be, a brand new animal was discovered. Like, it's a very wide variety of content that I'll post, but mainly it'll be sports related, basketball, football. I'll throw some baseball in there during baseball season. But it's, I feel like you just got to follow the page to know.
Yeah.
It's actually been getting harder for me to explain because I've tried to do too much with it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just going to be it's just a slept on page.
Yeah.
But,
Full
like I said,
circle. But it started off as a like the definition, right? I know you used to use that a lot. The definition of sleepers. Now we've known it has its entity, its identity. We changed it. Now it's don't sleep on yourself. I mean, is that something that you actually think of? Like, hey, I'm gonna start. Every once in a while, we're gonna change it up a little bit.
So that's a good question. That's part of what I've been trying to work on. Obviously you can't. Well, to be honest, nothing was ever set, so nothing really felt right to me. That was probably one of our recent projects was don't sleep on yourself, and what that was is basically not to knock yourself down. I feel like as humans, we're all slept on. We're all good at something that someone doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, oh, you're a great artist, but people don't know that. You're good at photography, people don't know that. So, I honestly think everyone is a sleeper in this world. It's just you got to get your name out there and. I feel like I'm slept on, and I started this page, and there's so many people when I started. Obviously, my closest like 5-6 friends, they were cool, they were with me, but like outside those five people, like you can tell, like, oh, he's not gonna do it. They're all really discounting what I was trying to do, and to this day, I'm 4 years in, working on it daily, so.
Hey, go back to that when you first started it. When you first started, you had your 5-6 people that are down. They know what's up. What was that thought in your mind? Like, oh, I'm gonna start this page and I'm gonna try to make it big, or was it let me just start this page for myself, see where it goes?
Yeah, it was more like, I have nothing else to do. I knew I was good with social, like Instagram. So, yeah, I never thought it was gonna be big, but it's taken me to places that I dreamt of going, like Staples Center, Lakers locker room, Clippers locker room, like meeting players, like taking pictures with these players, and, having conversations with them. So I mean, like I felt like I've already won. Like I've accomplished what I've always wanted to do as a kid, and I've done it. So, whether this thing grows, whether this thing goes down, like I'm happy, where I'm at. But to your question, like, nah, I don't think you can ever. I mean, you want to do something to the point where, like, all right, cool, I'm gonna try this and try to make it big, but it's not gonna get big. Even for me, it's like it's nothing right now. It's still at the beginning stages. So, I feel like if you want to do something, do it, but do it to the point where you're gonna love it. Because if you don't put in that 120%, it's tough.
Yeah, it's like you said, like your brand right now is don't sleep on yourself. Like, just do it.
And like it's crazy thing is like I'm sorry, I love this brand. Like this brand is like it's me. I've been so consistent with it. That's why a lot of people when they start something, like they'll be 100% consistent. They'll keep going, and then at one point, like I don't want to do it anymore. And right when you quit is like you're done. Yeah, you're done.
Well, let's go back to that. Where did you get the idea of calling it Sleepers? I mean, did you have that mentality? Like,
yeah. So Sleepers All Day. The all day part came from something I created when I was in middle school. I don't know if you use AOL or AIM, like chat on the computer. Yeah. So AOL. That was my username. Was always Jason Kim All Day. It's been with me since like middle school. So like. If you Google Jason Kim All Day, it'll probably give like my MySpace, my Zanga, like all that stuff. But
we're definitely aging ourselves now.
Nostalgia. But the Sleepers came. I was watching a Laker game. It was LeBron's first game as a Laker in 2018, and they played against Portland. And there was this like no name guy, Nick Stauskas. He's not even in the league right now. But this guy went off for like 30 points that night, and I'm like, all right, never heard of this guy. Yeah, let me just highlight him, and then I made a little clip of him knocking down all the shots. Yeah, and put it on Instagram, and that's how it started. And I did that for the next day and the next game. So each night I will find a player that people didn't really know,
Yeah.
and then I'll highlight them. And usually the chance of them replying or reposting that tape is a lot higher. These are no-name guys. So that's how it really kind of started and why Sleepers came about. And then, it sounded catchy. So I'm like, let me stick with it.
Yeah, it's one of those phrases that you hear all the time, but you never like see it. And I think with your page, you actually see it.
Yeah.
Going back to you're talking about all the kind of videos that you do. I forgot to mention that I love your page. I see your content. I've been recently starting to share more, and because there's a lot of messages in here, right? That maybe people sleep on those messages from watching the Sleepers All Day videos. But going back to it. Some of my favorite videos are animals that you slept on.
Yeah.
So like because you see a lot of the sports, a lot of the basketball, because that's kind of where that's
a vehicle.
It's there. But when every once in a while you put that animal or something off the wall like that,
it's crazy.
That's when it's like, oh man, this is crazy for me. I haven't seen this.
And those are like the videos that blow up, you know, and it's crazy because there's a wide variety of an audience that I have. A lot of them are kids from a lot of them from Texas, Oklahoma, like random states out east, Midwest. And, there'll be kids ranging from like the ages of like 10 and, our age, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
So, but those videos, I feel like everyone can engage with because it's an animal. Everyone knows what an animal is, and it could be a new animal or, China discovered a brand new dinosaur. Like, China created their own sun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but that was crazy. But
it's always China.
But it's crazy because there's a lot of this content can be, I don't know, we can all relate to it. And some of them will like it. And some will be like, what the fuck is that? Take it down. And some will be like, oh my God, this just made my day. I never knew that existed. So with the page, it's variety of content, sports, news, trending news, youth culture, what's going on in the world. And, sometimes I like to break news around us locally here. So,
one of the things I like about your page is that you big time. Well, your personal page says professional replier of Sleepers All Day, which I love because you interact with everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
When people leaving comments and you're there, you're there. You're running the thing.
Yeah.
It's not a big team, right? Is it not?
No, it's just one person
running the whole thing.
One vehicle.
That's really awesome. I like that whole aspect of it, of interacting because it's not just something where you post and dump, when you post, dump, walk away. I think that's what makes it more personable, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's why a lot of people to this day will they'll shoot me a DM like, yo, I've been with the page since like 2018. Like, thank you for basically putting this page out there for others. And, people really, really fuck with that. So, I think it goes a long way because when you start something like the first few videos, I don't know, 100 videos, they got like less than 50 views. Maybe one or two people commenting, but those one or two people, like, I fuck with them. Like, they were like, they were like the two people I cared about, the two people in the comment section. And then they tell their friends tell their friends. And that's how it kind of got big. But, when people see that on IG or social, it goes a long way, And sometimes you may get discouraged. Like, oh, it's only just one or two people. Who cares? But it's worth the reply back and saying what's up because, they'll fuck with you after that.
The videos that you get, the content, you don't go out there and look for all of that. Some of them you get people sent to you, right?
Yeah, believe it or not, I do search a lot of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, man.
I like researching and surfing.
Yeah.
Obviously there may be like, maybe one or two videos a day. Let me tell you, I post about like 9 to 15 videos a day. All right, mate. Yeah, the numbers have gone down, but it used to be. It still probably is 9 to 15 videos a day.
It's a lot. Yeah.
And it's like every 2 hours, and between those 2 hours, I obviously try to surf and see what's out there. But every 2 hours something's going up, and usually the only reason why I'm not posting is, usually at my son's baseball games. That's the only time like I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like I just can't.
You got to be there for him.
Yeah. And you got to be in the mood. If you're not really in the mood, it's tough. But I have a lot of stuff that's pre-planned. So I plan for those days where like, you know, I just don't want to do it, but I have like a solid lineup for those days. So all I gotta do is hit that button and
They're all drafted, ready to go.
It's ready
just
to
boom,
go.
Boom, boom. That's cool.
Yes, sir.
What does your wife say about it?
Oh my God.
Because I mean, this is your job. So when you're on your
Yeah,
phone, and you're
oh
like,
my
"What are you
God.
doing?" I'm like, "I'm working."
Yeah, it's crazy. She's been supporting. Great, luckily she's still there, but she's been supporting from like day one and knew what I was trying to do, and you know it was good. And then there got to a point where like this became a drug. Like this became like I'm checking my phone. I'm checking my phone like every 5 seconds. I couldn't put my neck down. Like
Damn.
there'd be days I wake up and my neck was not. I wasn't able to move, and I feel like our generation now, like people, I don't know, from ages like 10 years old to like 70. All right, yeah, between 10 and 70 years old. As time goes by, our neck health is going to be so bad because of how many times our necks are looking down at our phone. Same with our hands and fingers.
Our thumbs are going to be
We're all going to have arthritis when we're
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
70. Like,
yeah.
this is bound to happen unless they come out with some sort of, you know, unless you're real healthy and you're not checking your phone every 2 seconds. We're all going to have arthritis and neck problem, back problem. And, you know, my neck hurts from doing that shit, which is bad. So there's a lot of bad that people don't see. You know, obviously I try to fix that and find different angles to look at it. And sometimes I'll be on the computer, but
Yeah. Do you Instagram from the computer?
nah, it's tough.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, because I don't.
Sometimes it's tough.
I've tried that and it's like confusing. I don't even know what button to push.
Yeah,
or where to click,
it's tough. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You-
It's not like
You can double tap. We got double click.
Yeah. It's totally different. I know. I've tried it and I just couldn't do it, man. So,
For
but
sure.
you know what I was gonna ask you. So, going back to a video that I saw, you were talking and it was kind of like a little bit of an interview, short, but it was an interview nonetheless of Gary Vee. And,
man.
and you had like you asked him a question, and I think it was somewhere along the lines. I was trying to look for it, and I couldn't find it in your page. So again, he posts 9 times a day, so I was like, just looking for it. But it was you asked him something along the lines of reposting someone else's video and making it your own.
Yeah, for sure.
And he mentioned he compared it to like a DJ. I think would have said right. Like a DJ will take someone else's fucking music, but then he'll put his own spin to it.
Yep.
So now that's kind of how you're doing the same thing with your video with captions and whatever.
Right.
But one thing that I've noticed with yours is you try to always tag via whatever, right? Do you try to look for like that where it came from?
For sure.
The main source?
I feel like you have to because, so much stuff is stolen and some of it, you don't want to get caught for. Number one, let me backtrack.
Yeah.
It was 2000. Yeah, I can't even remember. It was such a dark time in my life. But there was a time where Sleepers went down and the page got basically banned.
I remember that.
And it was like, what are we in 2022? So like 2000.
It was early 2021?
Nah, it was 2019
of
October.
Damn.
Yeah, man. 2019 of October. It went down. And then the pandemic happened. And then, no, you know what? I forgot. Regardless of that, it went down.
Yeah.
And it was like a few months where like I was basically dreading it. I was like, my life was like fucked up. See, now I'm trying to figure out the days it was 2020.
Cause I know it was during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was during 2000. Okay, yeah,
it was you, and then you're like, yeah, man, I don't. It's
all right, I got it. So let's backtrack all the way.
All right,
so the reason why the page got taken down was because I used a video. I didn't tag anybody, but there's videos on the internet where it's like forbidden, and it's cannot use it without buying rights to this video. And it was and let's go back to our animal videos.
Okay.
It was a video of a wolf literally running full speed, real fast, in Canada, and it was owned by this media company. And it happened to be a forbidden video that I used, and they flagged my page, and it was just bad. So page went down it was October 2020, so during the pandemic, 7 months after March. And then it was down from October, November, December, February, and I think it came back in March
Of 21.
of 21. So this past year. So it's like 5 or 6 months. Like I was without what I love doing, and from October to like January 1st for like 90 days, like every day I would email Instagram, I would DM, like I would do everything in my power to, like how can I get this back? Like what did I do? Like tell me. And it's real hard to reach anybody there.
Yeah.
Like this shit was just banned. Like it was never coming back. Like I was at such a dark time that time where like I'm like fuck, like something I worked on for hours a day for like at that time was like 2-3 straight years, but I was like fuck, and like there'd be days like I just didn't want to do anything. Like you ask my girl, like there'd be days like I wouldn't even talk. Like I was just sitting there like, oh, what the fuck can I do? Like it was.
I mean, it definitely put you into a funk, a depression, right?
Depression for sure, but it's scary that I love something so much.
Yeah.
And it was just taken away from me just like that. It was it's a stupid Instagram page, but it meant so much to me. But like, my homies kept me close, my girl, my family, like everybody kept me close. And I tried to make another page. It just wasn't the same. It was real tough. Obviously putting those hours back in, but those 90 days, like I did everything in my power. And then I forget which day it was. I started getting creative. So I looked up all my closest contacts, like who works for Facebook, who works for Instagram. And I got like 5 people. Mm-hmm. Like all 5 of them said no. Like, or no, they said yes. They put in some sort of submission inquiry and they said it'll get reviewed. But eventually they all came back to me and they're like, nah, it's, you use the video or, the page is gone. We can't even find it. And the very last person I asked was some girl that I went on a date with, I think, when I used to work at Golden Corral. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've been in Golden Corral, the buffet.
I remember Golden Corral, yeah.
So, this girl, we went on a date one time, and she now works for Facebook, and she's pretty big time there, I think. She got blue check mark, so she's like one of the OGs of Facebook, and I just randomly reach out to her. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. I used to work at Golden Corral. We went out one time, and luckily she did. Yeah. And I told her explain everything that happened, and then she said, all right, let me work on it. And then 2 weeks later, boom, I woke up, fucking page was back. I'm like, what the fuck? Damn. So, I mean, you just never know, like who you can. You got to keep in touch with everybody, like be cool with everybody, don't burn any bridges, and if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not, long life ahead of you. So
wow,
sorry man,
that was like good thing you probably had a healthy breakup with that girl.
Exactly. it was just like an outing though, man. It was nothing crazy, but she was like at UCLA that time. I was working at a buffet.
But can you imagine though, like whatever state of mind she was in when she goes, man, fuck this guy.
Yeah, she could have said no.
She could have just been like, nah.
She could have just ignored me, but believe it or not, like I don't think she knew like what she did for me. It was insane because man, this page, this brand really means a lot to me.
Have you still messaged her or kept in contact with
her? Nah. I mean, I said thank you that time. Like I told her, like I wrote her like a whole paragraph, like thank you so much. Like you've really helped me. You've really basically saved me. And like she's like, oh no, don't worry about it. I feel like she just had to click a button. But I mean that I wanted to pay her. I would have paid her all the money. Like just make it happen. And the fact that she did, like. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, now, knowing what you know now about it can all be taken away with just like that, dude. Posting one video. Mm-hmm. How have you adjusted to that? To where you're gonna have to adjust, right? You have to adapt a little bit. If it could happen again,
for sure. And I anticipate happening. You just got to find other outlets. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. But it's tough because being one person, I can't tap into every outlet.
Right. Yeah.
I'm on every outlet, but I'm not as active on it as Instagram. I think Instagram is the easiest outlet to get something up and get a reaction the quickest. Mm-hmm. The other outlets, Twitter is pretty saturated, although it's where I find a lot of my stuff, but there's so many more people on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
But, if you don't want to be, just like what happened to me, I would say branch out to different outlets because Instagram could go down tomorrow and there goes everything, But Instagram is now Facebook, so
Right.
it's kind of tough
It's tough, man. I think it's more here where you have to like make that adjustment.
for sure.
Somehow find a way to not let it be so. Like it's
Yeah.
only this, even though it is only that. Like
Yeah.
that's all it is. But going back to that, have you thought? I did see this video of you when you did a presentation for Cadillac.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Oh yeah, we did say
No.
you could say where you work at.
Yeah, that's
Cadillac.
cool.
So you did a presentation for Cadillac, and like it's a public speaking event kind of thing. You seemed comfortable. I don't know if that was your first time ever having like a public speaking event type of venue, but you seemed comfortable. Would you ever think of doing anything like that? Because I know you were big on those videos, man. We opened with the Jason Kim,
man,
motivational
videos, man. Those were some good times.
Those were the ones that got me. I'm like, this guy's got something to say.
Yeah, man.
Are we gonna see any more of those?
I don't know. The next time you'll see me on that, like motivational speaking, like on a stage, is like probably when I'm back on a stage. That was a good phase to help me, try my, what I had in me, and I wasn't afraid or anything, or I wasn't worried about what people thought of me. But that was a good time because, actually, let's backtrack. I never answered your question about Gary Vee.
Oh, we did get into that? And then I just kind of skimmed right over it.
Yeah. Well, we never talked about it. So, number one, let's backtrack even more. Before Sleepers, I would listen to Gary Vee. For those that don't know us, Gary Vaynerchuk, he's businessman, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, someone that I've listened to, and I still to this day really believe in what he says. But he's the reason why I'm doing a lot of this today. And a few years ago, what Fidel's talking about was I used to put up motivational videos, simple 30-second to 1 minute videos that I would put up. But I mean, he's the reason why, I wanted to do all this. I want to try something new, get out of my comfort zone. And for those that don't know me, I mean, I used to be real shy. Like I used to not want to talk, and I was just shy. I was afraid of the light. But
what the experts say, introvert.
There you go. But it's I really don't care what people think about me. And I think one thing that I kind of live by, and I think when we were kids talking at school, like for a school project, we'd be so nervous. We'd be like, fuck. Oh, yeah. I hated school projects and talking on.
I still get uncomfortable sometimes when
I'm but you realize like you do this for 30 seconds, talk, or even you could talk for 2 hours, you could just be on a stage. But once that event is over, I mean, unless you made a powerful statement, no one's gonna remember what you talked about.
Right.
That situation, that it's done.
Yeah.
So what I did in high school, that project presentation, I mean, that doesn't matter right now. Kind of gotta go in knowing like it's just gonna pass. Just be you. So that's all you can really do.
Those short videos that you're doing, those motivational ones, the 30 to 60 second videos. Do you think that helped you in any way of like getting out of that comfort zone, that shell?
And for sure.
Then you be more express yourself a little bit more to people?
Yeah, those videos I talked about, I was trying to think of a video that I talked about. I think there's a video where I talked about, I compared
Sink or swim. Talk about the sink or swim. Do you remember that?
Sink or swim.
Sales.
Sink or swim.
You were talking about sales rep.
Damn, this is when I was in love.
This is one of your first ones, bro. So you were saying, if you have an okay job that you're it's like whatever, you're just hanging in there because it's whatever, it pays mediocre or whatever, but you're young. Get into sales is what you said. Try the sales out because you can make good money in sales. And if in a year or two you don't, it's not you. You didn't lose anything, right? But it could make you a lot of money. You're either gonna sink or you're gonna swim. You see, I remember these videos.
Shit, I don't even remember that one. That's the thing. That's how bad my memory is.
So one of the things that I was gonna ask you is like, because it took me forever to find some of those. I'm like, because I wanted to get the date stamp. I'm like,
okay.
It was 2017 when you started doing them.
Damn. Okay.
So maybe you should put those in your story, like that little.
Maybe
Instagram header thing, and then because I think those are pretty legit, man. People are gonna like those.
I think some of them. See, that was just a phase, though. Like, I like to be, and I only did that because I was kind of lost in what I wanted to do. So with those messages that I put together, I did Sleepers. Like, a lot of those messages saying, I talked about like, all right, you basically only live once. Like, let's do what
Yeah.
you were truly blessed to do. Like, let's really do what you love.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like basketball, NBA, sports, social. Like, that's me right
Mm-hmm.
there. So, I may bring them back.
Well, when I would watch those videos, I was thinking to myself, okay, these are really cool videos. They're inspirational, right? They do motivate you. And I saw them as in, this guy's doing this for himself. He's talking to himself. I don't know if that's true or not, but that was like, he's talking to himself. So what helped you, if those videos helped you, don't you think they can help someone else in a major way? If they were to like, let's just say they come
For
across
sure.
your page and they see that and they're like, let's see what all this is about.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
You know what I mean?
But see, I don't want to, not that I don't want to be, but like I feel like I'm not a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they want motivation, they can go listen to Joe Rogan. They can go listen to Steve Harvey, Gary Vee, Steve Harvey. Hey, he's got some good ones.
Yeah,
Steve Harvey is good. He's very.
See, I think all those guys are very well read. They
sure.
read a lot of books. They look at all that stuff and then they put it into their own. What did Gary Vee tell you? Right? They
DJ'd
They DJ'd it.
Yeah,
that's the same thing that when I see those videos, I thought, okay, this is Jason remixing his, right? The stuff that he listened to, that he
for sure
read or whatever. So
no, I'm with it.
You got something going there, or you could have something going there.
Yeah,
but you're a busy guy. I know you are.
But see, the only way I'll bring that back is like if I can go inspire somebody. Like I wouldn't mind speaking to 5, 10 people, 15. I would love to be there, but until then, we got to keep it within the tap.
Yeah. We'll keep it. We'll keep it going with the tap, and we'll see
we'll branch out.
But you have done other podcasts. I did come across one.
A few other ones.
Yeah.
It was good. Podcasts is tough. Like I said, I respect Fidel. Like to put this together, it's fucking tough. Like you got to put time. You got to buy the equipment. Like you got to actually do, or else there's nothing there. You could talk about, hey, let's get on the podcast, but if you don't do it, it's like forget about it. Yeah. What's the point of talking?
Right.
So now I respect this dog.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. No, it's fun. I do it because it's fun. It's my hobby. I'm passionate about it. It is my hobby. I'm passionate about my hobby, and that's why I do it. Whatever bring me to a different outlet, maybe one day, who knows?
Yeah,
right?
You never know.
I won't shy away from it if it does come, but I'm not really seeking for it, I guess, right now. But maybe I should. I don't know.
Still young.
But I think that's why I took that break, because it seemed like I was trying to seek something, and then it just wasn't me. It wasn't me anymore, So
I think breaks are necessary.
Yeah.
Like big time. Like let's backtrack now to the page getting taken down for that like 6-month period. Like after I got out of my depression, like all right, I kind of lived with like, all right, this page is done. It's not coming back.
Yeah.
But those few months the page was down was like, oh my God, like I was able to breathe. Like I was able to not worry about my phone going off. Like I was able to get stuff done, like be a family man. Not that I'm not, but it's like breaks are very underrated.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs to happen.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I just recently took a break, right? I told you.
Yeah.
And I've had the same feeling. I was like, man, I don't have to record anymore.
Yeah.
But see, that's the problem. I think I had that. I was feeling like I had to start doing it, and that's when I decided, I agreed with everybody around me that was telling me just take a break, break, including my wife. They're just telling me, she kept telling me take a break, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. You got to be consistent with this. You don't understand. But then again, I'm like, podcast is so new, right?
Right.
Like it really is so new. So. Is there a way of a guidebook? Is there a way of doing this?
No, there's not.
Maybe there is. If someone's smart, they will come up with it.
How to start a podcast and be successful.
And be successful. But at the same time, is it the way or is it just your way, right?
Exactly. Everyone's way is different.
So,
but you brought the key word is consistency. You can keep going, take a break, and then start again. But see, if you take a break and stop, and we talked about it earlier, is you're done. Like that's why there's so many like clothing brands and like merch. They'll be hot on it like the first 2 months, like, oh, let's drop all this, let's drop all that.
Yeah.
And then 6 months from now, it's like they stop. Yeah. Once you stop, you're like done. So you gotta be in love with it. You gotta be infatuated with it. Like it's crazy.
That's why I'm glad I continued and I started again, because I did my first one I recorded after that little break, and it was only like a month and a half that I took a break, but I got that giddiness inside again after I stopped recording. I was like, oh, I got a natural high off of it,
That's what
I wanted, so I got it back. So
That's what's
Breaks
up.
are necessary.
Yes, sir.
We interrupt this program for a special video.
I've been following you for many years, and you talk about you can spit out as much motivation as you can, but us as people, we got to go out and do it. And recently, I watched your Smurf video over 20 times, but 6 months ago I saw it again, and I really went out and did my passion, which is basketball. And I've been doing interviews with basketball called Sleepers all day, finding sleepers. But my content is mostly redistributed content. Is that still considered content?
100%. Are you overlaying? When you say redistributed, it's a clip of like Baron Davis playing.
Correct.
Are you talking over it?
No.
Are you writing thoughts about it?
Just little captions.
Yeah. So I would make those little captions big captions, because then all of a sudden you're a DJ instead of an original artist. The more you layer on, the more content. The more you just take a clip and say, fresh move by De'Aaron Fox, the less it is content. The more you can add to it and chop it and DJ it. You know what happened in DJ, EDM culture? They took hot songs, they built on top of it. Or back in the hip hop days, they fucking scratched on shit. The more you add to make it fucking fresh, by the way, actually, let me reverse my words. If you write a fire sentence that adds some fucking flavor to a clip, that's content. But you understand, right? You gotta add value to the original piece. That's how you'll get bigger.
And now we return to our regularly scheduled program. I want to ask you, like, as far as the page-wise, the goals for that page. Where do we want to go?
Goals, man. Shit. Man, that's a good question. See, that's where I'm having a problem right now. Like, I don't know what this page is going to turn into. Right now, it's just a platform, but I want to eventually come out with like athletic wear, like athletic wear for basketball, sports, shorts, shirts, hoodies. But see, my whole thing right now is like everything I've made. Like, to me, it just, it's not to my expectation. It's like simple as that Nike. That thing looks dope as fuck. But I just gotta get over that. It's a fear to me. It's a fear of not being the way I want it to be. And if I keep doing that, I'll probably never finalize it. But I want to eventually turn it into athletic wear. I want to be more involved with like athletes. Even local sports would be cool. But there's no end goal right now. No, I don't know when.
That simple logo, like that Nike. Where's it at over here?
Yeah.
That Nike. A simple logo goes a long way. So
For
like
sure.
like yours, like obviously you got sleepers, you got the taglines, but just the Z's. That's pretty damn cool. I mean,
it's cool. But I just haven't fell in love with it. Believe it or not, this logo, I don't know if you guys see, was created on Instagram. On the story, there's a certain font, and all we did was a big Z, a medium Z, and a small Z. Okay. And we kind of fixed it up a little bit, but it was done on Instagram. Yeah. So
it wasn't the emoji.
It's not that emoji. Very similar to It's Connected, but that's my my issue with not it's not looking perfect, but nothing's perfect.
Have you ever thought of getting any kind of legal advice, like getting a team out there, actually someone that knows the industry already and that can help you with it?
I have, but it's like none of them really like surprised me. No one really wowed me. I feel like in order for this to succeed, it's like it's got to come from me. Nobody else. Yeah. I could pay this person to make this. I can pay this person to look for this. But like if it doesn't come to me, it's tough.
Yeah.
I have a few drafts that look nice that I may go with right now, but I'm always changing. I'm always playing the game and seeing what can be done and what can get better. So we'll see. It's only year 4.
It's
only year 4.
Was it Joe Rogan said that it took him 6 years for him to start making money off his podcast? 6 years, and that's a podcast. I can imagine we're talking about Instagram page. You know what I mean? It's But I mean, it is. I mean, you're being consistent with it. We talked about consistency, and you're being really consistent with it. and that, you know, taking that forced break,
Yeah, it was
break,
forced.
you were able to get right back on the saddle
Yeah,
and continue on just like as if nothing
it's
happened.
like riding
you
a
know?
bike. It's crazy.
You know, you didn't lose any of. Oh, I don't know. Did you lose any?
Nah,
followers?
it just came back
Okay.
where we left off.
Because you know how people are quick to unfollow nowadays.
You know what? Let them unfollow. I told you earlier, like the people that fuck with you, the 2 people, those are the people you gotta give it all to. You know, you can't impress or try to, you know, make them happy. That the rest of the 50 people, you know, that are looking at your page, like, you can't make everyone happy. You know, the people that fuck with you, those are the 2 people you gotta dive in on and be like, yo, I gotta fuck with you guys. Now help me. You know, tell your friends, tell your family.
Yeah. Have you ever, you know how like people talk about cancel movements and all that, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever canceled anyone? Because there's a lot of like toxicity.
There's a lot of people that get blocked. You know, like some people are.
I mean, like personally, dude. Like I'm talking about like in your personal life. Like there's toxic people that are around you that you gotta like cancel.
Nah,
That's why
I don't. My circle was never that big to begin with. Like, I got the same circle. You know, I haven't really canceled anybody. I don't plan to because it's still pretty tight circle. But yeah. I see it elsewhere. Like I see it everywhere else, but you know, within my circle, we're pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty tight.
I definitely had to cut some of that fat out, bro. Because I'm very welcoming, right? I'll let people in.
Yeah.
You know, I always give them a chance to fuck me, right? Before I can.
Right.
So maybe call it bad. Choice of what is it? Bad.
It's not karma.
Judgment of character.
Okay.
But that's the mezcal kicking in. Sorry, guys. It could be bad judgment of character, or it could just be that I'm very welcoming.
Yeah.
You know, I trust.
Sure.
I trust people. I want to give them an opportunity to fuck me, and when they do, all right, then I'm canceling you out.
Yeah.
Dude, that's happened. I've had to cancel a few people out.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you have to.
Just gotta treat everybody with respect, and you know, down the line, you never know when you may need that person. Just like how I did. You know, you just never know when that one person, you know, can come up clutch for you. You know, it's crazy. Like it's crazy. I never really try to burn any bridges because you never know. You really never know.
Yeah. So if, let's just say, worst case scenario, right? Fucking the grid hits and we no longer have Instagram. Not the grid, but we just don't have Instagram because shit phases out like MySpace
for sure.
did and
for sure.
And all the Twitters. What else do you see yourself doing
in life?
And man, how are you gonna carry the sleepers? I think the sleepers thing is cool, man. But how would you transition that to something else?
That's a good question. See, these questions I'm not even ready for. Like, I'm not even thinking of that. Like,
but it's good.
I'm thinking about like what I'm gonna do like 30 minutes from now. Like, I'm not even thinking about like 10 years. I mean, I would say by then, like, I gotta get, you know, hop onto different platforms, get merch out, like get my name out there. You know, I feel like the name is there, but it's only really known locally and maybe every so often in a few states. But you know, like when you see Nike, Under Armour, like Adidas, like I know it's not gonna get that big, but if we can get close to it, you know, that'd be cool. Like, I don't know, what's a pretty big name that's not, you know, real big, like, you know, like Under Armour. Under Armour is not huge, but you know, there's still
it's big enough. I mean, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, you know, it's branding. That's branding. You know, branding's tough. You know, I think branding you need to have somebody behind it. It's not just it doesn't just happen. It's like Nike didn't just happen with Michael Jordan.
They got athletes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Adidas didn't just happen when Adidas happened. They had Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
and then they battled against Nike. So those things you need somebody to backing it up. That's exactly what it is. Who was it? The Beats, right? Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? Like it has to have some kind of a backing, in my opinion, right? I don't know. I don't know shit about business, but
that's what it is now. Influencer marketing.
Yeah,
you pay these people and they'll rock your shit.
Yeah. So I guess you need to get yourself an influencer.
See, I'm trying to influence myself. I want to be the person backing up my shit. You know,
that's why you got to put yourself out there.
That's true. You're right. You got
to put yourself out there. You got to start with these videos.
That's
I'm telling you, that's the ticket. If you start putting your videos out there, because it's the same thing. You know, you're doing it and you're putting your own spin to it.
Yeah.
Your own, and how the chef say, your own sazon.
No.
And then that's how you get it, man. Once you put that's the thing, man. I know a lot of people that have these big pages, and they haven't put their face out there.
Yeah.
Like there's people walking around right now that have these big
you
top
don't even
pages
know.
that nobody knows that they're running
Yeah, for
them.
sure.
It could be, just a geek down the street, but
Yeah.
nobody knows them.
Yeah.
Put that geek on the street in front of a video and says, man, this is what I've been doing this whole time. Guess what? Surprise.
That's where
it's
it
like that
happens.
curtain, right? With the wizard.
No, my face has been out there.
It's
been out there, but you're right. It's not enough.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what I needed to hear.
Maybe if that's what you need, maybe that's what it is. And if that's what it is, that's probably the outlet right there.
You're right.
Who knows? You never know.
You never know.
You gotta just try it and start. If it doesn't work, you pull it out. Just like the shirts, right? The new brand, right? Let's try it out. If that doesn't work, pull it. Let's go with another one.
Trial and error.
Yeah, exactly.
Trial
That's
and error.
how successful people are. Successful is trial and error. I like it, man. Now I'm motivating myself right now. Man, no, I'm telling you, I like it. This was great. I think we should probably do this more, man. We can probably do a co-host. I was thinking if we were to get, like, let's just say we were to go get an athlete out here. It could be a local,
anybody.
or it can be amateur, or it can be a professional athlete. I know I can get you one. I'll get one. You down to do a co-host with me?
Yeah, let me know.
Oh, he said it here on the
we're gonna
tap.
do round 2.
Talking Again podcast, round 2. Co-host Jason Kim, creator of Sleepers All Day.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do it, bro.
For sure.
Hey,
Sure.
I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me, dog.
Thank you. Anything that you want to say out there to people that are listening and watching right now?
Nah, man. I think show more love to this guy because, like I said earlier, this shit is not easy to put together. It's time consuming. You gotta love it. You gotta put time away from it, and you also gotta deal with flaky people. There's so many flaky people out there.
That happens.
And so the fact that he's able to put this on, this is a big blessing for me. To have me speak on his outlet. So show more love to this guy. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. You guys, we're out of here, man. Adios. Take care.
Now tuned in to the tap in. Now tuned in to the tap in. Now tuned in to the tap in. We're talking again. Come on. We're live.